So this is going to be one of those videos where I talk about my experiences and observations of living in Finland and Finnish culture. And I'm doing this because I think some people find it interesting. Quite often Finns are interested in how foreigners perceive Finland. So it'll appeal to those sorts of people. But I think it's also important for people living in other countries, other Brits, for example, to actually have an alternative means of perceiving countries abroad, because I think there's real dangers, you see, of basing your perceptions of foreign countries on what David Attenborough says at the BBC or what the Daily Mail reports. Much better, I say, to or even like big YouTube channels. You know, my channel's not very big. It's not high production values. I'm not monetized. You know, so therefore, what I can provide you is authenticity, and I've got no vested interests whatsoever. So anyway, look, this video is really going to be me trying to articulate something very, very difficult to express, which is the Finnish summer, what it's like, and also what it means to Finns as well. And it's quite difficult I think for I visited Finland many times and I didn't get it. I've only really got it recently when I've come to live here for the second time. I spent 2 years here between 2004 and 2006, and I still really didn't get it. So what I'm going to do is I'll talk about some music, because I think music here in Finland, there's still music here that sort of celebrates Finland and what it means to be a Finn, including like the weather, the climate here, and the massive variations from one season to the next. And I'll also intersperse it with some short video clips or some photos, some of which I've taken myself. So this song, Suomen Kesä, Finland summer, and it starts off, I'll just do it in English basically. It starts off with the Finnish summer lasts for just a moment. And but in this moment the world offers its best. So you know, for me as a Brit, Finns will often say this, you know, that the Finnish summer doesn't last very long. All I would say to that is you haven't spent much time in England then. But I think what it is that the summer here is so dominated by the lengths of the day. So, you know, by mid May to round about now, mid July, end of July, it doesn't really properly go dark. So that's what, you know, like a couple of months basically. So in that way, this kind of extreme period of like the bright summer nights is pieni hetki, just a moment, just a small moment. I know my wife in particular, you know, she'll say when midsummer comes, the 21st of June, you know, like any sensible person will realise that that most of the summer is still ahead of you on the 21st of June. And that's true in Finland. Even last summer, we still had days in the low 20s in September. But you know, already there's this kind of melancholy because you know that the days are getting shorter and you've lost the nightless night. So the song lyrics continue. We pay a heavy price for these nights, the nightless night, the bright nights. For the rest of the year, we'll be freezing in the darkness. But then, when the night is bright, we go to the beach to sit. So yesterday, there's a webcam for this beach that's near me at Utrecht, and it's quite interesting. Really, it wasn't even particularly hot. It was only like, I don't know, mid to low 20s. Quite humid though, so people were still out on the beach at 11:15 in the night time, sort of night time, in their swimming costumes, playing in the sea or playing beach volleyball. So I'll show you a little snapshot of that image now. So being out late at night in these nightless nights is obviously something that is pretty common in Finland. You know, for example, at the music festivals, they go on very late, like, you know, gone 1 o'clock in the morning. So this, it is, I sense it too. When these light nights come, it's like you've just got to get out, and it has an amazing, energizing impact on you. This, you know, virtually 24 hours of sunlight. And it does it really does feel like paradise here, you know, particularly in this 3 month kind of summer period of like high summer. And so yeah, so but then when the night is bright, we go to the beach to sit, and Eppu plays a rucksack full of his hits, and with the birds singing, Ye Karjalainen sings as well. And I think that paradise is just like this. So the song lyrics continue, and with the bird song, Ye Karjalainen sings. So Ye Karjalainen is another very popular Finnish artist. It's part of Finnish culture. Everybody knows these songs, and they know the lyrics to the song. It's part of Finland's national identity, and I just love it that Finns have their own culture. They've retained it, and they really value it. And you know, there's this phrase, isn't there? It's better to be a foreigner in somebody else's country than to be a foreigner in your own country. And that's certainly how I feel about being a Brit, that there's no way. It'd be a very sad day if I ever have to go back to England and live there permanently. I feel much more at home amongst the Finns. And every year that I stay here, I feel more and more connected with Finnish culture. So it continues. All winter we wait for the longer summer days, but the days are already getting shorter even before the summer holiday begins. So most Finns will have their holidays in July, so you've already gone past midsummer. So this is this thing that I was alluding to earlier, that a lot of Finns will kind of become, oh, well, we're heading towards winter again as soon as it gets to June the 22nd, when in actual fact, it's only the day is getting slightly shorter, but you still have lovely weather in July and August, and last year, as I say, September was very warm as well. And it continues. We sit quietly on a summer night. That's definitely true. You know, Finns are quite happy just being at peace with nature. you don't really have to. This is something that I quite like as well, actually, is that Finns aren't really afraid of silence. It's quite okay to just sit and appreciate nature. Well, there isn't this kind of same thing of you have to fill silence with kind of chit chat. If you just want to chill, you can chill here. That's perfectly acceptable. So yeah, we sit and enjoy the silence. We enjoy the bright nights, and now is not the time to go to bed, when the Finnish summer is just for a while. And again, this is how I feel, is this like this 3-month period. It's like, whoa, so energizing. And yeah, it's very easy when the sun's out at 11:15 or gone 11 in the middle of the summer, it doesn't really set. You just don't feel like sleeping. And it's easy, even if you're at home and you don't have the curtains shut, because you don't need to, because it's still light outside. So you don't feel like going to bed, and it's very easy to lose track of time. I guess the other thing as well is that you won't see many Finns on holiday in June, July and August in the Mediterranean. They'll all be in Finland enjoying the Finnish summer. Like rather than, at some swanky restaurant or at a shopping centre, or so it's not like, this is something that I love about Finland, is that many Finns, especially the ones that live in the countryside, away from the Helsinki region, they're not into brand names, they're not into ego, they're not into status. What they are interested in is family and nature. Yeah, so I stare at the beach from our summer cottage and love it so much. These summer nights in Playa del Finlandia. So it's like quite intelligent, really. So rather than going to the Costa del Sol, one of these Spanish playas, no, in Finland we have Playa del Finlandia, but it's only for pieni hetki, just for a moment, this 2 or 3 month period. So then you have the chorus again. We sit quietly on a summer night and the sun stains the sky purple again, and we enjoy our bright nights. And now is not the time to go to bed, when the Finnish summer is just for a while. The next verse is pretty good. Now at the same time, beer glasses are raised into the air. On the piers of cottages and at the summer festivals, during the long winter, we remember Playa del Finlandia. And yeah, fantastic song. Lovely lyrics, lovely melody. And for me, it just sums up Finland here. In a way that's not really bigging Finland up, because there's a slight melancholy edge to it as well. And I think the song itself has some an anthem-like quality to it. So what I'll do now is I'll play a video that I actually took myself of this artist Olli Hallinen playing at Poriniskelma this June 2024, and I've tried to put the subtitles in as well, so what he's saying in Finnish and then translated into English. The lyrics actually, Finnish can be a bit tricky to translate. Because the sentence structure is very different. So so for example, just one example. So in Finnish, with always comes at the end of a sentence, whereas in English, David went with Joan or something. In Finnish, the word for with is kansa, and it always comes at the end of a sentence. So anyway, you'll see. Hope you enjoy it, and God bless.
Suomen kesä kestää hetken aikaa vaan, mut sen hetken maailma tarjoaa parastaan. Me näistä öistä kovaa hintaa maksetaan, kun loppuvuotta pimeydessä palellaan. Sit kun yö valoisaa, me käydään rantaan istumaan, reiput soittaa repullisen hiteään. Te kanssa vesilintujen, laulaa ikarjalainen, tuulennen paratiisi on just tällainen. Kesä hiljaa puhutaan.